You ever see someone act tough until they realize who they're talking to? That's exactly what happened. The day an HOA guard mocked my wife. It was a quiet morning. My wife, Elena, 38, tall, calm, sharp eyes that could freeze fire, was tending to the small garden outside our house and wearing her old military training uniform. She'd kept it as a reminder of who she used to be, a defense instructor for law enforcement officers before she retired. Suddenly, an HOA guard, Chase, mid-20s, cocky, with sunglasses too big for his face, strutted up the driveway. He smirked and said, "Nice costume, lady. Halloween's months away." Elena didn't flinch. She just looked up, gave that polite half-smile, and said, "Uniforms aren't costumes. They're earned." But Chase wouldn't quit. He kept mocking her, saying HOA rules didn't allow paramilitary outfits on community grounds. He even threatened to report her. That's when I stepped outside. "Is there a problem?" I asked. He turned to me, puffed up, and said, "Your wife's playing soldier. Cho doesn't like wannabes." I could see Elena's patience thinning, but she stayed composed. Then she quietly said, "You might want to double-check who your HOA's security captain trained under." He scoffed. "Why would I care?" Elena reached into her old uniform pocket, pulled out a worn photo, her, standing next to a group of police cadets in training gear. And right in the middle was his captain, the one he reported to every morning. The guard's grin faded. He blinked, stepped back, and mumbled, "No way. That's Captain Ruiz." Elena nodded. "Yes, he was one of my students. You might want to tell him you mocked your instructor today." The silence was so thick you could hear the wind. He stammered, apologized 3 times, and said, "Ma'am, I didn't know." Elena just smiled softly and said, "That's the problem. Most people don't look before they judge." Later that afternoon, Captain Ruiz himself came by. He shook Elena's hand with full respect. "I heard what happened. I'll make sure this doesn't happen again." That HOA guard never looked us in the eye again. But every time he patrolled past our home, he saluted her, quietly, like a soldier paying his dues. And you know what? That's when I realized something powerful, true. Respect doesn't come from a badge or title. It comes from who you are when no one's watching. If you felt that too, give this story a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that humility goes further than authority ever can.